since it is Monday and I have movies, I thought we would talk about Boondock Saints. Now, this movie has a sequel. It's okay, but I'm going to talk about the better of the two movies today. Maybe we'll get to that on another Monday. But I thought I would talk about a few well-known facts about this movie that are actually kind of funny. And if you've ever listened to the commentary or read up about it, it's actually pretty funny. Um, it was directed by a man named Troy Duffy, who it was his first film. He used to own a bar, and that's where he used to work. So he decided to become an indie film director. And one of the first things I've read about this was the script was so violent that they had trouble finding a church for it. So they ended up going with a Methodist church in Boston. But funny thing is, Duffy received a two-page letter from the Archdiocese, I believe that's how you pronounce that, saying that he was the spawn of Satan and that the script was an instrument of destruction. And I just find that hilarious because, yeah, I mean, if anyone who's seen it knows this is a fantastic film, and the fact that this church actually let them film it is amazing, and props to that church. They are just awesome. Um, Rocco, the man who plays Rocco, his name is actually Rocco. He was a friend of Duffy's from when he still owned a bar. He was a regular in his bar, and he loved his personality so much, he got him back into film. Another thing, the brother's prayer that they say in this movie is not from the Bible. I don't know if it's paying homage to Pulp Fiction, where the guy says a prayer, Samuel L. Jackson says a prayer, and it's completely made up. It's not from the Bible at all. It's just completely made up. The prayer that the brothers say in this movie is completely made up by the director, and you will not find that in a Bible. Um, the cat scene. Anyone who's seen this movie knows the cat scene, and it's one of the only movies where it can make killing a cat seem funny, and it's just fucking hilarious. But um, Duffy says he threw that scene in there. It was one of the only personal scenes he threw in there because he was in a relationship with a girl who had four cats, and apparently that didn't work out very well. So he had the the scene where they shot the cat. um, it's funny because a lot of the issues that were going on when this film came out was Columbine, and a lot of movies got blacklisted because of the violence, like The Matrix, and that they they were already out, but they were not popular. Well, not that, but they were not looked upon as good movies. And so Boondock Saints came out right in the middle of that, and a lot of like the original, it didn't do well, but it has a cult following now, and it's made a lot of money since then. But the funny thing is, they showed this to an American audience, and they showed it in Japan, and the scene where Rocco's finger gets cut off. American audience cringed. A lot of them were just like, "Oh," whereas the Japanese audience laughed. They thought it was hilarious. Now, me personally, I've watched that and I laugh every time. It's just like the scene where they shoot the cat. It just makes me laugh because he's just flipping out about his finger, and then they gotta go and Carter the Loon. It's nasty, but I watch a lot of horror films, which is just like gore porn, and that shit makes me laugh. So maybe I just need to go live in Japan. Um, One of the last stories I have for this is the fact that um, the priest in this film is played by a man named Jimmy Tingle, and we all know the scene where Willem Dafoe dresses up like a tranny, and he goes and infiltrates the house. Well, Duffy showed this scene to the priest, uh, Jimmy Tingler, and Tingler said, "Oh, I know that girl. She's from Boston." So apparently, tranny Willem Dafoe looked like a girl he knew from Boston. And well, I think that's gonna be it for today, guys. Be safe out there tonight if you're drinking. Don't drink and drive. And I'm going to make like a tree and get the fuck out of here.